Hey guys, today we're taking apart this HP Laserjet P1102w printer. The reason for that is just to show you how to get into the printer if you need to access the main board, which is going to be on this side, or the fuser that's going to be in the back, and how to take these trays off. That's basically the reason for it. If you're going to repair something, just make sure to take pictures as you go. Because we're only going to be taking this printer apart, we're not going to be putting it back together in this video. So let's get right to it. Please don't forget to like, and let's get started. Alright, so I like to usually start with basic things. That's if you want to, for example, replace or install a tray. That's something that we can get started on. So this main output tray right here, it has a latch right here, kind of like a dent right here in the middle. We're just going to go ahead and press in here and push to one side and remove it that way. Let's open the tray for, or the cover for that. And you can see that it slides out easily. So we got that paper output catch tray. So let's get to this one. Pretty much the same concept. You're going to push it towards one end, push in the middle, kind of open it because you don't have much space when you go down. And it comes right out, just like that. So we got those out of the way. In the previous video I showed you how to remove the separator pad, which is on the bottom of the printer, and it's this one right here. So we're just going to use the Phillips head screwdriver for that. All the screws on the Laserjets are pretty much going to be the Phillips head screwdriver for the HP Laserjets. So we got this part out. Okay, so now let's get to our panels here, the right and the left. We have a screw on each side. We have this one holding the left panel if you're looking at the printer, and then this one is holding the right panel. Behind this one, there's going to be something that you want to access in here. You're going to access basically the power supply board and the main board. So we removed the screws on the back. We need to remove this front cover right here. To do that, I don't think there isn't any screws that hold it, but we're going to put it on its back and push this up over here on this side and on this side. So right and left, as though it's clipped in there. And do the same thing here up top. There we go. So it's clipped in here and in here. Got the front side out. That would allow us to remove the sides here. And for the sides, like I said, we already have the screws in the back out. So we're just going to use these arrows right here just to kind of unclip it as well. So far on the panels we removed just 2 screws in the back. So we can start in the back, go here in the corner, and as we push it up we can unlatch other areas. And here you'll find another arrow. There we go. Okay. When it clips here, you just kind of pull it forward, and that removes the tabs right here. So now we have this side open. Like I said, it has the main board and the power supply board. This is the wireless card. When we go to the back side, same concept here. I'm going to start up top, go to this corner, See, that's already freed up. Then we can just put it down. And just undo the front. There we go. So let's look at this side. This side basically has your motor with gears behind this panel right here. The laser unit is right here. And the fuser is behind here. So now we can remove this plastic and this panel right here. Alright, so our first step is going to be to remove the screws right here. They were behind the panels, so now we see them exposed. Save these screws. Okay, now let's just go here. A little help with the flathead screwdriver. So you would just put the screw right here. There we go. Like that. Now we can open. So now we open this here, and we're just gonna pull this one from the back part. Well, first let's disconnect this right here. It's a latch. You can use kind of like, and it goes back in there when you're all done. So make sure you put that back in, otherwise you won't be able to put toner in there. So that just comes out right there. So when it goes in, these tabs, they go into the metal parts, metal pieces here, and then it goes down, and then you put the back cover on. So we got this one out. This is our fuser unit right here. That's what it looks like in the back. So in order to replace or remove this fuser, we're going to need to just disconnect some cords. There's wires that run that are not part of the fuser, but they just use these plastics here to kind of be out of the way. Okay, so this is the connection for the fuser. We can just remove that and untangle it here. This wire right here goes to the power board, so we need to just disconnect that and also untangle it. It is connected, soldered onto the board. And these little wires we can remove from the main board. So let's just remove the main board for now. It's pretty tiny for this printer. Let's disconnect it. And we're going to disconnect it right here too. There we go, that's the main board for P1102w. Then we have this tiny wireless card, which is what was connected to the, so we can just unlatch it right here and remove that. Okay. At this point we're going to remove the cover here to get access to the main board, to the power board. I'm sorry, we removed the main board already. So there's another screw right here. So like I said, take pictures as you go to see which screw goes where. That always helps when you're putting the printer back together. Okay, this is the main board. I'm sorry, I'm calling it main board. It's the power supply board. It has these connections right here that run on the back, so I'm going to disconnect them. Let me get this wire out of the way. So these are the wires that I'm talking about. So best way to pull them out is just, of course, being as careful as possible. Just to remove them like this here, and then pull on them. Sometimes with the help of a tool. Here we go. We're gonna go to these. Here. There we go. We have disconnected all of them, and we did it successfully without ripping any wires out of the ports. Now we're just going to remove them from this. So we're good here. Now none of the cords are on the fuser unit. So now looking at the front of the printer, we can remove this screw right here. So let's remove this one that holds the fuser. And there's another one right here, right behind that. It's that screw right there. Okay, so this side you can see it's loose and can be removed now, but we still need to do this side. On this side we have a screw that's hidden under this little plastic here. So we're just going to slightly wiggle this plastic piece out. So there's like this little tab right here. You can just lift it from the top or the bottom to get it out of the groove there. There we go. And it should just slide out for us. This is the clip that I was talking about, and goes into this groove. Okay, now this is the screw that we need to remove in order to take the fuser off. So there we go. So just basically three screws that hold it. That screw that I was talking about earlier, the second one that we removed, is right there. And this is the fuser unit for it, for HP P1102. Now you're gonna want to find a part number, and as a seller on eBay I get that a lot. This is not a part number, okay? Most HP laser parts are gonna be with like 2 letters and a digit dash 4 digits. That's what you're gonna find a lot. Just like here, this is a part number. I'm not sure if it's a part number for the fuser. It can be just for the label right here. So you don't want to make that mistake, because this label can be on many different fusers that will or will not be compatible with your printer. Also, there's part numbers on plastic that can only refer to the plastic piece itself, not the whole assembly. I found another part number place right here. It says RC29205, and I have to check if that's fuser part number or just this metal piece right here. So it could be both. So do more research in fusers they are gonna have a part number from the manufacturer, so you can look into that. Okay, so since we're at this point, let's just go ahead and remove the power supply. We have a screw right here. And then we should have some that hold the board. There's one right here. This we don't need to touch. There's one right here. Then we can remove this part right here, this plastic piece. We find another screw right there. And that basically lets us take our board off. And then let's just disconnect this one. This is the power button right here. You press the button and it presses this thing right here. So on this one, this is the part number that you need. RM17595. That's the part number for this main board. So we got most of the parts off of here. To get to the laser unit, we're just going to remove these screws right here. 2 on each side. Oops. So here, 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 and right there. That lets us remove this metal cover right here. So that's out. We have our laser unit right here. It just disconnects. When you connect it, it goes back in without a problem. We disconnect it right there. There we go. Then there's a few screws that hold it down. Let's look in here. There's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So 4 screws that we need to remove. And this last one. There we go. So this is our laser unit right here for this printer. Also the part number is right there, 7471. There's this part number that we saw on the fuser unit. This is the part number for this label right here. So you don't want to confuse those. So that's pretty much it with this printer. Thank you so much for watching. As far as I'm gonna go, there's really no need to go into these gears and stuff. So I hope this was either entertaining or helpful